Hi guys, welcome again to another episode of What I Know by Nahuja Hatibu, and honestly it's been so much fun just freestyling with the Mandela Washington Fellows, and today I'm really happy because I got to interview two people. Okay, I've already interviewed one who's Kenyan, that was Frida, and now I'm interviewing my sister from Tanzania, so it's Africa, it's raining today, and I am so excited to have Irene Iraba here. Because now I've introduced you.
Thank you.
Irene Iraba here. She is the most amazing person I have met on this journey of MWF.
MWF, you're right.
MWF. Yeah. Because she's the first person that we actually got to talk before coming here. So that was really, really cool. And I felt like I got a fellow Tanzanian, a fellow sister. It was just so amazing, and I knew my experience here is gonna be amazing because she was here. Aww. So I'm so happy to have her on the show. I'm blushing because she's just so awesome, and she's doing amazing stuff back home. We're gonna let her say all about that, but just to give you guys just a sneak peek, she is in an industry whereby they use seaweed to make different type of food, and this is her first job after university. So she's literally our small sister, but she's doing amazing thing. And I really wanted to interview her because, most of the time, a lot of people, we are trying to find ourselves after school, but you literally found yourself. I know you still have a long way to go, but you have done amazingly things in just a short period of time. And now you're in Mandela Washington, Fellowship. I'm like, what? It's others, we had to build our reputation and our portfolio for years before coming here, but you're here. So please tell people all about you.
So she's good at making me so emotional. And this is supposed to be
an interview. It's true.
But anyways, my name is Irene. Thank you for welcoming me.
Irene Iraba.
And I'm not used to be flattered, so here I am. My hands are already already wet. Natoa majasho.
Irene.
Ndio, sijazoea kuwa flattered kiasi hicho, but I take it na.
Please take it because it's true. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it.
Yeah. So I am the co-founder. Biashara inaitwa Healthy Seaweed Co Limited. Ilikuwa founded 2020. Mwaka nilikuwa sijamaliza chuo.
Wow.
So I was just doing it from the outside looking in. But then nilipomaliza chuo 2021, niliingia kwenye soko la kutafuta ajira, but then I was doing seaweed as my backup job. So nikachukua kitengo cha sales and marketing with zero experience.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was just using YouTube as my school, teaching myself how do other people make sales and marketing.
Wow.
But I have a super supporting team because this business was founded by me, my sister, her husband, and the young sister of their husband. So they are very supportive. Na hiso walinipush sana.
Yeah.
Unajua kutoka chuo hatuna experience. What about hatuna experience. Sure. Hatuna experience za kazi.
It's ginger. It's nice.
Yeah. Hatuna experience za how is the market?
Yes.
How is the workspace? So I started self-teaching myself the support of my team.
Which is so cool.
Kwa kweli. Lakini it has been hard, a lot of tears, always bringing the wrong reports. What wengine wanakushangaa because they've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm just there undergraduate with zero experience. Kama mnavyojua elimu yetu iko so much into books and not practical, I can say. So it was pretty hard. Lakini I'm glad I had my sister is like my mentor. She truly mentored me, and she's like, you're not giving up. And her husband, I can say he's one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
What's her husband's name?
His name is Jerry Mangena.
Thank you, Jerry.
Shemeji. He's the type of person ambaye neno siwezi, it's not part of his vocabulary. You'll do it. And those are a lot of the things that amenifanya nifanye. Ndio vitu ambavyo amenifanya nikue.
That is so inspiring because most of the time when our first jobs is that everybody's looking down on you. You are the kid girl. Yes, guys, I have a degree. I'm here to learn, but you end up doing this stupid jobs because you need to prove yourself. So it's so good that you got a chance to work in a place where people want the best for you and they want you to grow, which is just really, really amazing. Can you tell me a bit about your process of turning seafood into the seaweeds into food products? And how has that really impacted the community that you guys are serving?
Okay, so I'll just give you a rough story, but we'll get answers as I go forward. So on the initial years of starting the business, we started to get into partnerships with different seaweed farmers in Zanzibar.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would go to farms, we would meet these seaweed farmers who most of them are women. We would sit with them. We would start making questionnaires, asking them questions, do you know seaweed? And we found that a lot of women have no idea what seaweed is. They say, we're just harvesting this thing, and the Chinese come, they put them in the containers, they take them away. And for us, we don't really know what is the benefit of it, but all we know is that the Chinese likes it. And we thought, okay, now we know there is a very big gap that needs to be carved. And then the statistics showed that 99% of the seaweed that is being farmed is all for export. 99%, and only 1% remaining.
And then they go and make medicine, and then they bring it back to us.
You can never find a Chinese being that sick because they are really into organic stuff, and seaweed has been their savior since ages.
Wow.
But then we find these women, they're sick, they have back pain, they have joint pain, they have gut issues,
and they're farming something that can actually help them. That is so, oh my God.
Yeah, so we said, okay, but then how can they just use seaweed as the way it is coming from the ocean? Though we saw that, okay, maybe they need a value addition kind of education. So we started to teach them how they can put seaweed into their salads, how they can use seaweed in their soups, how can they turn it into powder and mix it in the different kind of foods, how can they make soaps out of seaweed. In short, economizing the entire process so that they can see this thing is valid, this thing is important, and whoever Chinese comes in, they should not be monopolized. They should have that power of saying, I'm selling my seaweed at a certain price, because initially the Chinese would come and dominate the market. They don't know the importance. So they would say a kilo at shilingi 200 and they sell.
No, seriously,
they used shilingi 200, 300 kilo ya mwani.
Kilo.
Wanawapa, wanachukua makontena wanaondoka nayo. But now, I tell you, ever since we started this initiative, ukimfuata mama yoyote wa mwani pale Zanzibar, you tell her kilo, anakupa bei at least at 3,000, 5,000, and going forward, depending.
And that is because of the education you guys gave them.
They know now the benefits, they know how they can add value to it, they know there is a whole market for it, and for us as Healthy Seaweed, we are making products out of that. So some of the percentage of the profit that we get, it goes back to them.
Okay, so what kind of products are you guys making?
Okay, so we're making Simos hot sauce, we're making Simos powders, we're making Simos porridge, we're making Simos salt. Most people now are shifting from using the normal salt. They're using the Simos salt because it comes with a lot of nutritional benefits. Maybe I should also point it out that Simos has 92 minerals out of 102 that the human body needs.
So we have a fellow called Hassan. He's from Djibouti. I know. He will be like, every time she talks about her seaweed, she's like, they have 93 minerals. He's so amazing.
He's so amazing. So that's how we did it. And we have a small industry in Dar es Salaam, that's where we do all the processing.
Nice.
But in the bigger picture, we want to now expand, because that is where we've built. The facility is a bit small. So in order for us, we know there is a need of expansion because the demand is growing. We need to be able to supply enough Simos. So we're looking into getting more farmers, because right now we have 130 farmers.
Wow.
But we want at least by 2030 to reach at least 5,000 farmers, and looking at other areas because now we started with Zanzibar and Kilwa, but there are a lot of seaweed farmers in Tanga, in Kilwa, whom maybe we know till now they might not be knowing also the benefits, the value of seaweed. So we also want to reach those women so that they can make a living.
Cool. That is so cool. And I think you've answered that question probably the best way.
Yeah.
You're not just impacting the community, but you're impacting their knowledge about seaweed.
Exactly.
And that has been, I think that is the best ripple effect that you guys can ever have.
Yeah.
So for me, I really want to talk a bit about malnutrition.
Yeah.
Because that is something that you guys are really focusing on. Apart from those 92 minerals and everything, what would you tell somebody who is overlooking seaweed in terms of how good it is for themselves, their body, immune system, kids, for example? I think we talked about my son and how seaweed can help him. So, like, tell us a bit about that, because I want you also to educate because I know a lot of people are listening to us. Some people have an idea what seaweed is. In Swahili it's called mwani. But they are not really sure what it does actually.
So your question is I love the question, and I think the awareness of seaweed is growing every day. And you cannot when we started in 2020, where we are now, we can just tell the difference. If you walk in a room of 5 people, probably 3 people have heard of seaweed, 1 person has ever tried it, and of course there is that 1 person who never wants to know. Don't be in that group.
No, I'm not. I have tried seaweed before. I've tried seaweed before. Yeah. But mine was like so. It didn't have any taste, nothing. So I like that I'm using the hot sauce here that you've given me that has seaweed, and I'm telling you, it's one of the best hot sauce I've ever had in my life. Maybe probably it's the best hot sauce I've ever had in my life. So and I'm not just saying it just because I love you are making seaweed more delicious, more better, digestible way. It's like, okay, I can eat it, something. It's giving me benefit because I'm already using hot sauce. So why should I just use one that has better, is better for my health? So that's really, really cool.
Yeah, exactly. So, and normally when we get a client, I think our first priority is first to sell the education before selling the product. So we have consultations. I think I do consultations every day, because we are fully aware this is a new product. It's not so new, it has been farmed, but now we want to give it the publicity that it deserves. So I think even before trying to close a deal, I'll make sure that the client truly understands, and I'll want to hear where the client is coming from, and not to give him or her a type of seaweed that maybe is going to be too sensitive for them, because we have a line of products. We have strawberry banana seaweed, which is super delicious, but
that sounds good.
Yes, we have like soy soup seaweed. So I'm looking at the customer, what they say, and then that's the kind of product that I will recommend. But they should know that seaweed has a lot of vitamins. It has vitamin A, vitamin C, it has zinc, it has, oh my god. It has a lot of things. So
even you personally, you told me you talked about your story and how with the struggle you had with your skin and everything. And one thing that I loved about your story was that when it comes to our bodies, even the way we look, it starts from what we eat. So I really love the fact that your skin changed because of eating seaweed.
Seaweed. Exactly. And I think I normally like to put myself as an example. I could have my phone when I'm explaining to a client, showing pictures before I started using and after. Seeing is believing. Like, show me first. And I have a person in my team. Her name is Fatuma Mangena. She's also the co-founder. She has been suffering from ulcers like her whole life.
Wow.
And the time that we were on the stage of starting the business in 2020, 2021, we say like we should use ourselves as the trial and errors before putting the products out there. So she started using CMOS. Telling you after some months she went to test and the ulcers was gone. So those are the examples. Those are the examples that I like to use, and like to make.
And
people,
I love that. I love that you have real stories within your team, because sometimes we sell things that we don't even use them ourselves.
Exactly.
And then it just becomes like it's just another business. So that's really, really good.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I think you've answered how your company is really empowering women.
Yeah.
I know your sister is Marine
scientist.
Iraba girls. I want to to ask, like, how do you balance between the social aspect of it?
Yeah.
So you are trying to educate people, but also you're trying to make money.
Yeah.
How do you balance that aspect of your business, guys?
Okay, I can say bluntly, sio rahisi. Sio
Mm.
rahisi, ni ngumu,
Yeah.
and there is a point where we have to go back to the table, like, guys, we're too much concentrating on social impact.
Yes.
But this is a business, we need to make money.
Yeah.
So trust me, we do weekly revaluations because for us, I mean, social media is a very big source of where we get our customers.
Yes.
So sometimes I could just sit down and look at the page and I could say, oh my God, we are all about the social.
Yes.
People are not seeing the product.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like we really need to be strategic.
Yeah.
When it comes to when we have a company that, I mean, promotes two agendas.
Yes.
You need to know. You need to balance.
We need to, you need to
you
balance because the company needs to run, and in order for you to continue to educate people, you need to make profit.
Yeah.
So I was really curious about how you guys balancing it all out. So if you're still going back to drawing board every day and you're trying to figure it out, I think it's never easy.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm happy. I'm sitting with the best marketing person. Maybe we can have a little chat at the
I told you my door is open, and when we go back home, like back to Tanzania, like I really want to see you guys balancing that. Yeah. And there's always a way to do that. There's always a way to kill two birds with one stone because we want to be profitable. We want to make money. Why are the Chinese coming in and they're taking the seaweeds and are making all this money? So I'm your girl. Now I am my last question. I think for me, you are such a good example to so many other girls out there because you're still young. You're really, really young, but you've achieved so much in terms of, achievement does not necessarily that you have a long CV. Achievement would be basically you have actually made a really big impact on people's lives. Achievement can be you have learned a certain job and you have done it well. So I feel like that's the biggest achievement that you have, and I think you should be really proud of yourself. What can you tell the young people who are just still in school or they're about to leave school? Because we had Frida started her business while still in college. Your first job, you're doing amazing, incredible things. What can you tell them who are just wanamka asubuhi wanaweka vocha and then they go Instagram nashushu tell them.
Yeah, I'm going to be open and blunt. Like, I think maybe kuweza hata kufika hapa sio kama nimefika ila at least kuweza kuona mwangaza is because I surround myself with a supportive system, a supportive team, supportive people. Mimi ukisha ni discourage, ukisha niambia uwezi, jamani na cut off. Kwa sababu I don't need that kind of energy. So I just encourage them kweni na watu ambao wana lift your spirits, watu ambao wanafanya mtoke kwenye comfort zone zenu. Because trust me, Irene wa 2021 nilipata na hoja kwamba nikae hapa niongee na wewe, I would say no. Like I would say no. Lakini now it's different. Like vitu kama hivi ambavyo sivipendi ndio ambavyo najiforce kufanya because I know after this I'll be so proud of myself. So have a supporting system, endelea kubuild network ya watu ambao wanataka wakuone mbali. Achana na watu ambao kila siku wakwambia uwezi, wewe ni mbaya, wewe ni nini. Those things are bad.
And it's just like for me, like one thing I love about you is that you did economics in school, right? But right now, it's like we know a lot of people, the degrees that they did at school is different from what they're doing right now. So sometimes you really need to be surrounded by people who think like you, want the same thing as you. Even when you change because of your degree or your look in life, they can be there to support you. Because we sometimes we feel like being tough love to people. Somebody comes and say, I don't want school, I want to play football. Like, what? You can't play football. But football has money. So sometimes it's good to support people, surrounding yourself with people who truly support you, no matter which direction you want to go. And even when you're not, like what Irene was saying, even if you're failing, you don't know what you're doing, support. Make sure you are surrounding yourself with those kind of people. You are at the Mandela Washington Fellowship. What has this experience done for you? And I know you have so much to offer. But I want to know about two things. First and foremost, your career. and your growth as a person,
Yeah.
but how you see this MWF really helping you on the seaweed business, the future of seaweed in Africa, and so on and so forth, and how I know it starts from here when you go back home.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
So I'm gonna be random. Yeah.
Be random.
Yeah, but so far the experience has been great.
Yeah.
I mean, the 5 weeks we went to our last.
This is our last
been
one.
Great.
Yeah.
I think I've never been surrounded with so many bright minds before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember the last time, and after coming out from university, we really don't get to have a community of people that.
Yes.
I've never had a chance of getting a community of people like let me say a circle of entrepreneurs, because most of my friends are employed, and so when we have a get together and I get to sit with them, their journeys and mine, they're different.
Yes.
So sometimes I felt like there was that missing piece, apart from my co-founders who are always there with me, and I can share and they can advise, but I felt like I needed to meet some new people like you, a person I can tell Nahuja, my business is going down, and you can relate with me because you are in the field.
Yes.
So like, look at that, like I have people from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Cameroon, from Tanzania. Where would I have met you? You know. So I'm loving the diversity that came with this fellowship. That's number one. But number two, I think that is a task that I'm having, because you can build a relationship, but how do you maintain the relationship? So I'm happy to have met some few fellows that I feel like we have common values.
Yes.
It's going to be very easy for me to connect with them even after the fellowship. I've met a fellow from Liberia who is also doing value addition. Yeah. I find
the only chocolate factory in Liberia. He's a guy under 35 years, and he's on this cohort.
Yeah.
Oh God. He's just amazing.
It's amazing.
Joshua is amazing.
Yeah. So I'm so happy to meet a person like him. I know there could be potential areas of collaboration.
Yes, absolutely.
And I met a person from Medina. Where is she from?
Chad.
From Chad.
Where would you ever meet somebody from Chad? You know?
I mean, she's
and she does soap. She does all this like amazing products for your hair. Yeah. She's an author.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm actually meeting people our age that are writing books. And they're doing it to help other people, not just to write a book and I want to sell and how to make it. No, like Sarah's writing books to help educate young.
It's
girls.
just amazing.
It's so crazy,
it's amazing. So she's using organic products, something which Seaweed Cafe, in the future time, would like to also explore other natural ingredients, because of course seaweed is good, but some people I would love to explore maybe mixing seaweed with other organic stuffs, but I don't have enough knowledge of that angle. So I can use Medina. And Medina can tell me there is this thing called maybe fenugreek. You can add it to 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So I'm already seeing those potential, like I don't have to start from scratch, because I already have people, and starting from scratch is hard. It's hard.
And you know what? One thing that the thing that I feel like here it's a bit we have gotten some power, superpower.
Yeah.
Like now we feel like we can, and we can reach more for more.
Yeah.
We can apply for more.
Asante.
We can ask for more.
Yeah.
It's I think the perception has really shifted.
Kabisa.
And the reason why like we are feeling that way is because the exposure that we had back home. It's not like we didn't think that we could do it back home.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of feeling like, there's some barriers that maybe sometimes are hard to break. There are hurdles that I had to like jump over. So you'll see people on LinkedIn, they're getting all this funding, they're getting all these grants. I'm like, how do they do it? But coming here, realize they're there.
Yeah.
It's okay. We had Dr. C did for us a grant writing 101. That session was so good.
Yeah.
I think that session was supposed to end in 1 hour. We left here like at 8 at night. She was so good. She was spot on, and just that gave us that thing of saying, and she's a she has PhD. She has done amazing things, but she was still struggling with grant writing. So you feel like, okay, so it's not just me. But then it can be done. Look at what she's doing with the Innovation Center. So I love what you're saying, that sometimes we feel like back home, you get here and you realize, oh, it can be done.
It can be done. It can be done. I think we're also going out of here. We've seen how there is a cycle of women here who are educated.
Mimi nilikuwa
nimeridhika na degree yangu.
You know that Frida said the same thing. Okay. And I said the same thing. Okay. And I think I was talking to Sarah at some point and she said the same thing. She was like, Sarah has a master's, but she's even getting here. And can I tell you something that, I feel like, I'm sorry, Dr. Sharif. So when I was talking to Dr. Sharif at some point, she was like, no, we are also intimidated by you.
Okay.
I don't think she knows what she did with that sentence.
Yeah.
She just made me feel like I can do anything.
I know.
This person, I think Professor Sandro said how she is like a unicorn because she has CPA, she has PhD, she has master's, she has all these titles, guys. And when you meet her, she's the most humble person on this earth like I've ever met. And when you talk to her, like she's just so bright, but she's so humble. So just having that as an example for us. Girl, it's just amazing.
It's amazing. Like the perception, the perspective of things just totally changed.
Yes, absolutely.
Like there is that mindset of wanting to go for it, of wanting more.
Yes.
Come on. Like,
and the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
The sky, it's not even a limit. I mean, Dr. C keeps telling us, it's not about thinking outside the box. Let's say that there is no box. And we can do anything that we...
I love that.
And it's not about thinking outside of it. So it's like, I think, yes, we had amazing mentors. But also I think that, among ourselves, we also... Because you meet people here, and you're like, wait, I am serving the same God to this person? Like this, so that I'm as good as this person.
Exactly. That.
So secretly, there's some people you idolize, but you cannot tell them like, hey, I know. You don't want people to invite you, but you're like, hey, you guys, this guy is doing great things. This guy has the money. This guy got all this funding. This guy is getting all this grant. Baba Femi saying like, they got like $500,000, dollars grant, and I'm like, I'm not going to get 50. Even 1,000. But you talk to people like that, and you realize that we have ourselves to even depend on each other. And I like when you say now we have 19 countries we can visit.
Those are 19 potential markets.
You call Irene and say, Irene, I'm coming to Uganda, hook me up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can do, you can do, on ground, research and call people and connect you to people. You have a place to start. So that means even Africa market itself, it's such a potential place for you to go. So I'm really excited to see one. Tell me about the future of seaweed in Africa and where you're seeing it.
I can say the future of seaweed is promising.
Okay.
Yeah, it's promising in the sense that I think there's been a lot of mwamko kutumia vitu natural and organic. I think watu wanataka sasa hivi kubadilisha maisha yao, na huyu mtu anataka kuzeeka. Hakuna. Kama yupo badilisha kidogo.
Only if it comes with wisdom. Because
so for me, I believe with the awareness rising up, we have a lot of stakeholders also coming in. Kuna wauza mwani wadogo pia wana rise up, which is a good thing. Kwa mimi it's not a threat. It's nice watu wanaanza kueconomize kitu. It's it's a good thing, sababu at the end of the day mwezi mkaa pekee kuonyesha kila mtu apambanie kombe lake. Like we can help each other when it's needed to help each other in terms of education, in terms of how to be more innovative. Tunaweza tukainuana kwa lakini ukiona hata wauza mwani wanaongezeka, it means
but also it depends, the demand is there.
The demand is there. Watu wana wateja wao. We just need to like keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep being innovative. Lakini pia collaborations, tusiwe sana sidhani kama hii sekta inahitaji sana upambanaji au competition. Inahitaji zaidi ukaribu, collaboration, and I think tukiweza kuleverage vizuri kwenye upande wa economy, kuleverage vizuri on the export markets, tunaweza tukaona thamani, kwa sababu as much as we want to push the local consumption, ili na sisi tuweze kusonga mbele, tunahitaji kupata income. Kwa hiyo kama hela ipo nje, masoko ya nje, then tunahitaji kufanya market research kwenye masoko ya nje, tujue ni wapi mwani wetu unapendwa zaidi, ukienda kule unafanyika kutufanyia nini, is it food, is it cosmetics, ila at the end of the day wote tufaidike.
And I like when you said about I think when we went to Thunder Farm, and I remember we're just walking around. These guys do it's like 57.5 million chickens a year. They do, is it 1.2 million a week? Was it a day?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I think it was like a day.
It's like a day because that.
No, it was per week, because a day I think it was like 800,000. Okay, we don't want to give wrong numbers, but when we were there, we realized that, oh my God,
people are doing amazing.
And yes, we're seeing in Tanzanian news, like we're seeing people are popping up with big factories and everything. But guys, we still have a lot of work to do. Bado kuna safari ndefu sana. We really need to invest in technology. We really need to invest in making things, because I'm sure like seaweed, it's just there.
It's just there. It has,
and it's plenty.
It's
So how do we? And I know apart from just shifting it and taking it to China and putting the box and taking the raw seaweed. How can you be able to create a factory in Tanzania where all these small seaweed farmers can have a place to bring all their yield, so they can be able to be tanned and be processed, be packed, and be shipped outside? And I'm sure somebody's already doing that. You guys are doing that as well. But how do we do it in a bigger scale? And I think for me, that's the future I see. And I'm really looking forward to see that, because we need those minerals. We need those minerals.
And that, maybe to point it out, I think I'm so happy with the milestone that our company has been able to achieve so far. Tumeweza kuingia kwenye stores 7 in Dar es Salaam, and it's every day ukienda Masaki kuna supermarket pale inaitwa Garden Market.
I know that.
There's another supermarket, it's called Be Organic. You can also find our products. We have an agent here in the US, yuko Massachusetts. Yeye anachukua mwani kwetu, amedesign package yake, lakini on the behind of his packages kaweka story ya wakulima wetu wa Zanzibar, which is
so sweet,
so
and
nice.
That's so good.
People want to know what they eat kimetokea wapi.
So
he kept the story. It's a very good partnership. We are almost closing a deal na mtu ambaye yupo UK, kwa hiyo hata watu wa nje wanaweza kupata products kutoka kwake. So we are looking into ways pia ili kuweza kueconomize, kufanya hii kitu ni a source of income, kama vile mazao mengine kama samaki. Pia sisi na yetu ipe publicity inayo deserve.
Oh my God. I think for me, I feel like you guys have just started. You guys have just started, with you going back with the knowledge that your sister already has about she's a scientist and everything. I'm just seeing, because you guys, what you have done in the last 3 years, it's too much. It's a lot. The education part, because I'm telling you, there's nothing hard in Tanzania like changing people's cultures and the mindset. It's the hardest thing. So if you guys have been able to tap that and be able to do that well and be able to make profit, and you're still operating, you still can be able to meet your daily needs. It's something to celebrate. So that is the first milestone, even before going to these stores. And I know you're gonna be in more stores. I know you're going to sell and be in other shelves in different regions. I know we're going to partner with some of the Mandela Washington in other countries, and we're going to have our money there. Yay!
Oh my God.
What's your last takeaway? And what do you tell, because I know you did economics in school, what do you tell the young person who's listening to you right now about anything? It can be as random as it can be, just anything that, just talk to them. Because
tukiwaga nafasi ya kusema lolote
hiyo dogo Irene
najionaje Najionaje hapa naona kama
Irene.
Kama nafasi fulani, but anyways.
So say when dada sasa. Talk to them. For those ones who are, because sometimes I always tell you, you are my young sister, but I'm learning so much from you. So it can be somebody my age, it can be somebody who, you know, I know I've met women through pink sport who are married, have been married for years, they have kids, they have grown. They are now starting to wake up and wanting to employ themselves, they're trying to make their own money. So there's no age when it comes to learning. There's no age. So,
sure. Kama ushaanza kuambia kwamba
no. That's not my type. It's you.
Okay, I think you mentioned mwanzo kujisurround na a supportive system, build a network of people ambao wanakusupport. Sio wanakudrag down. You don't need any kind of negativity. Maisha tayari ni magumu. The last thing you need ni mtu kukwambia you can do that, you can do this. Lakini pia get out of your comfort zone. Narudia yale nimesema mwanzo because those are the things that truly resonate with me. Mimi nilikuwa mtu sana kukaa kwenye maisha like don't disturb me, yani usiniguse. Yani mimi nikikaa hapa nataka nikae hapa na creme yani
nataka hapa repeating that. But you know what? It's good. Say it.
Kwenye hapa kuna mtu akusikia.
Labda mtu akusikia at the back.
But get out of that comfort zone. It's not helping you. Just get out. Nenda, go make a fool out of yourself. Watu wakucheke, ukichekwa haufi. Go back, repeat. Guys, that's the only way. Lakini pia la msingi zaidi katika yote hayo, nahisi sijataja kitu cha msingi zaidi, kumweka Mungu kwanza. Put God first. Oh my God, put God first. Huyu mtu tunamhitaji, maisha sio rahisi. Tunahitaji uwepo wake. If you feel God's presence, kuna kamani fulani hivi anakupatia hata kama maisha yanakupiga kiasi gani. But the fact that unajua hichi kitu nimekikabidhi mikononi mwa Mungu kabla sijakifanya, unakalisha. Yaani ukinipa dakika 2 tunafunga.
Thank you, Irene.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, like, I know we can talk forever. So, we still have DC to go to end of this week. We're graduating for the Mandela Washington Fellowship, so we'll have the graduation and stuff. And we cannot just wait to go back home and just upload everything that we've learned here and make sure that we put it into practice. And it doesn't, there's no, we know there's no pressure. We want to go home and take our time, but making sure that the impact, or whatever we learned here, we can see the impact back home. Because 6 weeks was not short, but also it was long enough for us to learn what we needed to learn. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys so much for continuing to listen to us. Like I said, I'm just gonna do all these interviews, whoever I'll find, because trust me, people are busy. Even giving you 5-10 minutes to sit down with them. Today's Sunday, everybody's sleeping. No one wants to pick up their calls.
You really I have to commend you.
I've tried because even I wish I was sleeping today. But because we just came back from New Orleans, so that was a long trip, which was so tiring. But I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe, because I hope and I know we're gonna have a sit down again when we go back home. So you'll be able to get to know what we are doing back home after a few months, and I would love to see what you also up to, and we'll probably visit your shop and see what you guys are up to. And just a follow up, no pressure. Like Irene, hakuna maendeleo.
Tutakuwa tuna masiwi hapa tunakula.
Yes, also kujeleta the nani that is here.
I mean,
anyway, guys, I will show you all that. I will leave all the links below. Please follow Irene. She's such a good inspiration for a lot of people. Please also follow the pages for their company. I know you can benefit from it in one way or another, if it's buying or at least learning something about seaweed and the health benefits that it has. Thank you again. This has been What I Know, the podcast by Nahuja Hatibu. Bye.